Harald Fairhair is considered the founder of the United Kingdom of Norway. In addition to Harald Fairhair, there were other famous Viking figures during that time. One of them was Rollo, who later became Rollo of Normandy. Rollo was a Viking who conquered the region of Normandy in France and established the Norman dynasty. Furthermore, there were also Viking figures like Eric the Red, who was famous as an explorer and the founder of Viking settlements in Greenland, and Leif Erikson, the son of Eric the Red, who is claimed to be the first Viking explorer to reach North America. These Viking leaders and explorers became famous for their bravery in facing challenges, their skills in sailing and fighting, and their role in expanding the influence of the Viking people into new territories. Harald Fairhair, also known as Harald I of Norway, was a legendary figure who lived during the 9th and 10th centuries. While there are many legends and stories surrounding his life, the historical details are not well documented. Nevertheless, I can provide you with a general overview of Harald Fairhair's life, based on available historical data and consensus. Harald Fairhair was born in the late 9th century, and he belonged to the Yngling dynasty, which was one of the prominent royal families in Norway at that time. As a young boy, Harald was raised by his father, Halfdan the Black, who was a powerful king in southeastern Norway. It is said that Harald inherited his father's ambitions and desire for power. When Harald was a teenager, his father died, and he inherited his kingdom. However, Norway was divided into several small kingdoms ruled by local chieftains, and Harald's goal was to unite these kingdoms under his rule. He embarked on a series of military campaigns and battles, gradually conquering and assimilating the smaller kingdoms into his own. According to the sagas, Harald Fairhair is said to have had a distinctive physical appearance, with long fair hair that earned him his nickname. He was known for his strength, charisma, and strategic abilities, which helped him in his quest for unification. After many years of warfare and diplomacy, Harald Fairhair succeeded in uniting most of Norway into a single kingdom. He established his capital at Avaldsnes and became the first recognized king of a united Norway. This event is often considered the founding of the Kingdom of Norway. Harald Fairhair ruled over Norway for several decades, maintaining a strong central authority and implementing various reforms. However, the later years of his reign were marked by conflicts and challenges from rival factions and rebellious nobles. Harald Fairhair's exact date of death is uncertain, but it is believed to have occurred around the year 933. After his death, his sons and descendants continued to rule Norway, and the kingdom he founded endured for centuries. While the details of Harald Fairhair's life may be shrouded in legend and myth, his legacy as the first king of a united Norway and his efforts to consolidate power had a significant impact on the country's history. Rollo, also known as Rollo of Normandy or Rollo the Walker, was a Viking leader who played a significant role in the history of Normandy, France. While the exact details of his life are not well documented, I can provide you with a general overview based on available historical data and consensus. Rollo was born around the late 9th century, and he was believed to be of Norse origin, possibly from Norway or Denmark. He was a prominent figure during the Viking Age, a period characterized by Viking raids and exploration throughout Europe. In the early 10th century, Rollo and his Viking fleet conducted raids along the coast of France, particularly in the region of Normandy. These Viking raids were often brutal and destructive, causing fear and unrest among the local population. In the year 911, Rollo and his Viking forces launched a major raid on the city of Chartres, but instead of continuing their destructive path, they decided to negotiate with the Frankish king, Charles the Simple. The negotiations resulted in the Treaty of St. Clair-sur-Epte, in which Rollo was granted the territory of Normandy. As part of the treaty, Rollo agreed to convert to Christianity and swore allegiance to the Frankish king. He also agreed to defend the region against future Viking attacks. In return, Rollo and his followers were granted land and allowed to settle in the region. After settling in Normandy, Rollo established himself as the ruler of the land. He implemented various reforms, established a system of governance, and encouraged the integration of Viking and Frankish cultures. Rollo's rule marked the beginning of the Norman dynasty in Normandy. Rollo's exact date of death is uncertain, but it is believed to have occurred around the year 932. After his death, his descendants continued to rule Normandy, and the region became a powerful and influential principality. Rollo's legacy is significant, as his descendants went on to achieve great feats, including the famous Norman conquest of England in 1066 by his descendant, William the Conqueror. The Normans also played a crucial role in the Crusades and had a lasting impact on European history. While the details of Rollo's life may be somewhat obscured by time and legend, his role as the founder of Normandy and his contributions to the region's history are widely recognized. Eric the Red, also known as Erik Thorvaldsson, was a Norse explorer and the founder of the first Norse settlement in Greenland. His son, Leif Erikson, is credited with being one of the first Europeans to reach North America. Here is a detailed account of their lives, careers, and some interesting stories associated with them. Eric the Red was born around the year 950 in Norway. He earned his nickname, the Red, due to his red hair and beard. In his early years, Eric was involved in various conflicts and was eventually exiled from Norway due to his involvement in a feud that resulted in several killings. In around 982, Eric sailed westward and discovered a large uninhabited landmass, which he named Greenland. He believed that by giving it an appealing name, he could attract settlers to the harsh and icy region. Eric returned to Iceland and convinced a group of people to join him in establishing a settlement in Greenland. The settlement, known as Brattahlid, was founded in 985. Eric the Red served as the leader of the community and played a crucial role in its development. Despite the challenging conditions, the Greenland settlement thrived, with farming, hunting, and trade becoming the main activities of the inhabitants. Eric the Red died in Greenland around the year 1003. His legacy as the founder of the Greenland settlement and his exploration of new lands paved the way for further Norse expeditions to North America. One of the most fascinating stories associated with Eric the Red involves his son, Leif Erikson. Leif was born in Iceland around 970 and grew up in Greenland. He inherited his father's adventurous spirit and became an accomplished sailor and explorer. In the year 1000, Leif Erikson set sail from Greenland and reached a land he called Vinland, located in present-day North America. This makes Leif Erikson one of the first Europeans to reach the continent, preceding Christopher Columbus by nearly 500 years. Leif and his crew spent some time in Vinland, exploring the area and establishing a small settlement. They encountered indigenous people, whom they called Skrallings, and engaged in trade and peaceful interactions with them. Leif Erikson's journey to Vinland showcases the Norse exploration of North America and their interactions with indigenous cultures. While the Norse settlements in North America did not last, Leif's voyage remains a significant historical event. The stories of Eric the Red and Leif Erikson highlight the Viking Age and the Norse exploration of new lands. Their expeditions played a crucial role in expanding the knowledge of the world and paved the way for future European explorations.